our time in Maine has come to an end. We enjoyed all the lobster we can get our hands on, but definitely know this will not be our only visit to Maine. We will be back. I'm already planning for when we can return. But for now, we are headed down the coast to Rhode Island to visit a longtime friend. In this episode, we are spending time with our friend Brad and his family. He cooks us an amazing feast of swordfish steaks and introduces us to steamers. Since we are in the area, we venture into what some might say are pretty historical cities. Hope you enjoy. First, we visit Plymouth, Massachusetts. Plymouth represents a significant place in history. It is the site of the first permanent English settlement. The Pilgrims arrived on the Mayflower in Plymouth Bay, December 1620. This was not before their 66-day voyage from England, and then landing on the tip of Cape Cod in November of 1620, then making the trek to Plymouth Harbor in December. It is said that only about 50 of the 102 original passengers survived that first winter, many dying from disease and starvation. However, they persevered and established a sustainable community. Plymouth Rock is a huge, large granite boulder on the shore of Plymouth Bay. It is a symbol of the Pilgrims' arrival and the founding of Plymouth Colony. If you find yourself visiting Plymouth, I recommend the self-guided walking tour. You will immerse yourself in what life was like in the New World. You will explore places such as the Plymouth Visitor Center, the Mayflower, Plymouth Rock, old burial grounds, original structures, and monuments, such as the National Monument to the Forefathers, symbolizing the pursuits that motivated the Pilgrims: morality, law, faith, education, and liberty. Next is a day trip into Boston. We decided the best way to do this would be to take the train. There is a ton of things to do in Boston, but if you're looking to see the city for its roots, following the Freedom Trail is where it's at. It is 2.5 miles, but it will take you the entire day. You can take a guided tour or the self-guided option, which is what we chose. The trail is marked with the Freedom Trail emblem on the ground, with red brick or paint throughout the city. The trail begins at Boston Common, America's oldest public park, and ends at Bunker Hill. Along the way, you will see the Massachusetts State House, completed in 1798. Its golden dome was once made of wood and later overlaid with copper by Paul Revere. Park Street Church, Granary Burying Ground, opening in 1660. King's Chapel, Boston Latin School site, where Benjamin Franklin attended classes not long before he dropped out. Old Corner Bookstore, Old South Meeting House. This church is where the meeting regarding the famous Boston Tea Party took place. Old State House, Boston Massacre Site. Faneuil Hall, Paul Revere House. Cops Burying Ground, the USS Constitution. It's the oldest warship in the U.S. Navy. And Bunker Hill. The monument was dedicated on June 17, 1843, 68 years after the famous battle took place. And after a very long day, we enjoyed some great food overlooking the Boston Harbor and where the Boston Tea Party ships and museums is at. Our time here is almost over, but not before we spend some time with our longtime friend. Brad cooks us an amazing feast of swordfish steaks and shows us how steamers are done. We thank you so much, Brad, for the great memories.
So hold up. Okay, another. Now you're going to
I can't do this.
You can't do it?
pick up where she left off. Now you grab it right around here on the base of the neck. Not bad? Or you need to rip that off? No, the
The
beard.
film on it.
Yeah.
We have arrived at our next location in Upper Black Eddy, Pennsylvania. We stayed at Colonial Woods Family Campground. We really enjoyed our stay here, took in all the great scenery, and there were lots of great walking trails nearby. While here, we will go into Philadelphia and take a day trip into New York City.
Well, there you go. Thank you for confirming.
There is no shortage of awesome things to do in Philadelphia, but if you only have one day, ask yourself, what do you absolutely want to see and do? Here was our must-dos. See the Liberty Bell, run up the Rocky Steps, eat a Philly cheesesteak, see Independence Hall, walk Rittenhouse Park Square, and get that photo with the beautiful cityscape.
Maybe at night I rolled over in. As you have too. Like,
I guess. No, original.
Isn't that such a cool bell? Yeah, I think so. Look at the squirrel. I love squirrels. Hi guys. to the Liberty Bell right now.
In between days of exploring, we enjoy downtime outdoors, hanging out with Django, and completing all those fun chores that I suppose have to be done. It can't be all fun and games, right? Next, we gear up for our trip into New York City. This was quite the experience for us. Needless to say, our day started off a little rocky. We got separated on our train rides into New York when Jay and Mackenzie's train took off before I could get back to the train with our tickets. There is more to that story, but I'll spare you the details.
Goofball. Are you happy, Dango? Yeah.
Once we were reunited, we started our day at the 9/11 Memorial. This is an experience that stays with you long after you leave. A deeply moving tribute to the lives lost, the bravery displayed, and the resilience of a nation in the face of an unimaginable tragedy. From there, we walked around a bit, had to get some pizza, and paid a visit to Lady Liberty. Hope you enjoy!
Say hi, guys.
Well, that wraps it up for our day in New York. There is so much to see and do, and just not enough time. Maybe one day we'll be back. Our time here has come to an end, and for our last day at the Colonial Woods Campground, we enjoyed eating at Descendants Brewing, a local brewery rich in history and right on the Delaware River. Jay also says cheers to the beginning of football season.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, Science Live.